Hey y'all, Backwoods Modeler here. Welcome to my workshop. Today I'm working on this white Ford dually. I'm going to call it the White Knight. I've already torn it apart a little bit and got some things started just to try to make the video go a little bit quicker. I've already painted, taken it apart obviously, painted the bottom. You can still see a little bit of green on there. This was the green machine version. I got the bottom of it painted all black. Painted the inside of the bed black. I've got all my pieces painted for it. We're going to put this heavy duty front bumper on there from 802 Customs. Probably going to use this back window rack that also from 802 Customs. And then I got a couple other things here from him. I got a toolbox. Well, that's the back side of it. Got the toolbox and the diesel exhaust tip. Both of those are already painted. So basically we're just going to mostly start gluing this thing back together. We're going to do this one a little bit differently. Get the bottom base on here. And I'm trying to make this one where it's not quite as jacked up as the other one, but still has a little bit of a lift to it. So I'm going to do this a little differently. We're going to take the bottom of this and we're going to cut this hump off of here. And then I'm going to hopefully just be able to set my tubing down in there. I probably have to put something in there to fill up that hole so that my tubing doesn't go all the way down, because if it goes all the way down then my tires are going to rub on this truck. So we want to make it a little lower than what we normally make it, but it's going to take some doing to make that happen. So got to do some hacking there. I'm probably going to cheat, use my Dremel and just slice a little line across there, and then we'll see how it fits from there, and that's how we'll determine how much more we do. All right, so let me get that cut and we'll continue on with this. Okay, so I got the bottom cut. You can see I got my slots in there. I just left the hump where the main axles were housed in. And I cut a slot in the top so that I can set my axle on top of there. Now it's not dropping it a lot, but it's dropping it a little bit, just so that it's not quite as high as the other one is. So we're going to glue those in there after we make sure that we like our height. And then like I said, this was the green machine version. And I took the wheels and tires off of it, and I put a set of different wheels and tires on it, and didn't seem to look so good, so I took them off. And for the life of me, I cannot find the wheels and tires that were on this truck. So we're going to have to steal the rims off of this red one, and then worry about this when I go to build this red one. So now I just got to get that cut. Like I said, already got all my parts painted, just got to glue it all together. So I just got to get the wheels off of this dually, get the tires off of it, get them cut, get the holes opened up so that I can get my axles in them, and then we'll start putting this bad boy back together. All right, so we got everything pretty much cut the way we want it. Now, one thing I want to suggest to you to do every time you do a project before you glue anything, dry fit it. Make sure it's going to work before you put any glue on it, because after you put the glue on it, there's not much change in it after that. So there's what our finished truck is going to look like. She's going to be jacked up in the back a little bit, but we like that around here. So I got her all cleaned up, got the axles and everything cut. All we have to do is line everything up the way we want it, glue it in. Got to glue the chassis and everything back together. Don't forget to put your bumper on if you do that. And your tow hitch, because your tow hitch on this one's got to slide in, and then glue your bumper on. The bumper helps hold the tow hitch in. So make sure you put your tow hitch back in before you put your bumper on, and then glue the truck together. And then we're going to, I got the toolbox. I have a back window rack. If I can pick it up. Get this one. We're going to stick that on there. And I have a front push bumper on this thing, and we also have a winch, which is so tiny you can barely see it with my fat fingers. And then we are also going to finish up. We've got a diesel exhaust tip we're going to throw on there too. So this truck's going to look pretty sweet when we're done. I don't know if you guys really want to stick around and watch me glue this thing together. It's kind of boring. Maybe I'll speed it up a little bit. Well, I got the truck glued back together. Got the wheels and tires on. This front end is messing with me a little bit. Doesn't really want to go back together. Keeps trying to pop apart, so I'm going to have to hold that for a little while. Maybe put a rubber band on there to make sure that that stays in place. So we're pretty much at a standstill now. We got to let the glue dry for a little bit before we continue on. That's the one thing you don't want to do. You never ever want to rush your glue, because you will screw something up. Give it time, let it dry, be patient. It'll all work out in the end. So just got to let this dry a little bit. I have to tweak on my toe hits a little bit. It's not in there the straightest. There, that's better. It's a little straighter. So yeah, we're just waiting on this glue to dry, y'all. I can probably start putting in the back window rack in the toolbox. But then again, you don't want to do too much, because if you got to flip this thing over, the last thing you want is your newly glued on back window rack to be getting messed with. So you don't want to glue that on until you're done flipping it over. Does that make sense? So I have to cut out of here, guys, and let this dry, and I'll be back. I'll probably, after this dries, I'll start gluing on some more pieces. So when I come back, you're going to see the finished product, since we're so close to being done with it. I'll be back. All right, y'all. It's been a couple hours. I got her all finished up. She's just been sitting around drying, getting ready to be shown. One of these days, I got to get me one of those turntables so I don't keep putting my fat fingers in your way so you can't see it. So, what do? We got the M2 tires on there. We left didn't leave the original wheels and tires. I lost the wheels and tires. Just a green machine. I do not know what I did with the original rims and tires that were on this truck. I cannot find them. Anyway, I would have changed them anyway. We got the chrome wheels, Ford Greenlight dually rims that are on there. Got the M2 wheel tires, like I said. Spin it around the back here, and you can see I got the back window rack. She's gonna roll off her on me. Back window rack and the toolbox that I get from M2 Custom, or I'm sorry, 802 Customs. So there's the back view of it. It didn't do anything to the back really, other than we did paint the inside of the bed. Did do a diesel exhaust tip on there from also 802 Customs. And then this side, same as the other. Spin it around the front. Pick it up here a little bit. That is a heavy duty bumper that I get from 802 Customs. The winch, I got that from Portland Car Lover. Found him on Instagram. So that is my white knight, y'all. Hope y'all like this one. If you did, think about liking, subscribing. Check me out on Instagram, on eBay. All that information is in the description below. Y'all have a great day now. Don't forget to come back. Bye.